Hey, Kings of Dragons, Dragon King 551 here. We are back with another Michigan breakdown video. This one is kind of terrible because it is the Wisconsin Michigan game. And there are a couple things I want to address first before I go into the highlights and the stats. First off, Juwan Howard was not happy after the end of the game. He did not appreciate Wisconsin calling a timeout with 15 seconds left when they had the game won. That was Wisconsin. They had about a 10-point lead at the end of the game. And basically, the game was over at that point. So if you take a 5-second violation, not getting the ball inbounds, Michigan gets the ball back with 15 seconds. They have to dribble up the court. That basically the game's over to hit 1-3 and making it somewhat more respectful down some certain number. But at the end of the day, I mean, Juwan Howard did not appreciate that. So that's one out of context thing. Number two is that when they're at the end of the game, the Wisconsin coach kind of instigates it. He doesn't want to talk Juwan Howard. And now I get it. I'm not trying to be biased on either side, but like the Wisconsin coach is just trying to show some sportsmanship. And he's just like, get out of my way. I just don't want to talk right now. And then there is contact on both sides and he throws his hand and a whole fight breaks out. So now Williams on Michigan and Moza Diabate both are suspended for one game and they will not play against Rutgers tomorrow. Juwan Howard has been suspended for the rest of the season. He was fined $40K, and the Wisconsin, I believe, was fined $20K, and another guy was fined $10K, I believe. So something like that along the lines. And also, I believe two Wisconsin players were also suspended, or at least one of them was. But at the end of the day, I mean, you got to be more, you got to hold your anger in check and make sure you don't do those kind of things. Anyway, let's go right into these stat line and then we'll go right into the highlights here. So obviously we got Moza Diabate with only 3 points, Hunter Dickinson with 21, Brooks with 14, Caleb Houston with 6, Jones with 11, Buffkin with 2, Williams with 4, and Jace Howard with 2. At the end of the day, though, let's look at Wisconsin. Okay. Oh, what? Whale? Crowell. Okay. So Whale got 10. Crowell got 11. Davis got 25. Chucky got 10. Brad Davidson got 10. And Jacoby, I think that's Jacoby, got 6. Chris got 4. And then Jordan Davis got 1. The shooting was horrible here. You can see, as I said before, if you're not shooting great in these two categories, then you're not shooting great all the way. 93%, 94, only 69% here, 50 for them, only 39 here. Not great, not great. Rebounds 38-28. 13 offensively, 4 for them, 11 assists, 7 assists, 2 blocks, 5 blocks, 5 steals, 7 steals. Big turnover number, 12, 8. So pretty much about the same. But at the end of the day, Michigan's season is kind of over. I mean, it was 63-77. That basically was a 14-point lead, and you're up 14 at that point. You're up 10 or more points. Do you really need to call a timeout when you couldn't inbound the ball? That was stupid. You don't do that. Take the 5-second violation. Who cares? Michigan gets the ball back, and the game is over. Point is, if you're up big, you can take a penalty and the game is over at that point. Let's go right over to, obviously, I have the highlight reel here, and we're just going to go through it really fast. Obviously, I don't really have a lot to talk about this game because the season's kind of over. I admitted that Michigan had the number 1 recruiting class. Just because you have the number 1 recruiting class coming into a certain sport does not necessarily mean that your team is going to do successful. Like, look at Michigan's football team. They lost a lot of great seniors. Their defense might be shaky next year and stuff. And that's what happened with this team. They lost a lot of good players and their team was shaky and stuff. It's true, talent matters, but it also matters about coaching and how good your chemistry is. And these players are just not ready yet. They're high school players coming out of senior year, and they're getting into a new environment where the game is somewhat slightly faster. It's more aggressive. You're in the Big Ten, where it's one of the most aggressive divisions in college sports in a D1 athlete school. And this is where it's going to get tougher and stuff. You're going to get acclimated. Like, take it from me. JJ McCarthy I'm just going to compare him to like these freshmen because these are guys that are freshmen in basketball. JJ McCarthy, a freshman, did actually pretty well. He also battled Georgia, threw a touchdown pass against a really good defense and stuff, and did some incredible things against Ohio State and tough teams. I think he's ready next year to start as a sophomore because he's a freshman and got his feet in the water and basically got his legs tested, and we're testing the waters basically, and we're able to get his feet wet and get some experience underneath him. Now these guys got some experience underneath him in these games. They need to do better, and I just don't think we're going to make it to March Madness. Now, they're not saying that we're out of the Big Ten title bracket. We can still make it to that. But at the end of the day, I just don't think Michigan has the firepower that they did last year to win in 2022 and win a national championship for basketball. They're not going to do it, and it's okay to admit when your team has not done it. I've been with my team for a long time. I've been watching Michigan lose to Ohio State for 9 years. We got our win in football. That's what matters to me. It will happen one day. It's just that it hasn't happened yet. It will happen. We will win a national championship in football in 1997. We will win one in the current 21st century. I believe we can do it. We've had good teams before, and we can have good teams again. It's just going to take some time. Anyway, let's go right into the highlights here. So what do we got here? We're up 4 in the beginning of the first quarter with 17 minutes. Let's roll here. Oh, a nice speed by Wisconsin's player there. Let's see who we got. Dickinson. Good roll with Brooks there and drives a nice high arcing shot off the backboard. Pretty solid. Good pass. And oh my goodness, he almost broke the whole entire backboard there. Holy Christmas. That was like a Shaquille O'Neal moment. He literally bent the whole entire thing and looked like it was coming down. I am so surprised on that. Ooh, good defense, but you got to grab that, Hunter Dickinson. Ooh, falls, little stumble there. Holy, he's all right. Let's see what we got here. Wisconsin. Nice drive. Oh, who was that? Was that Frankie Collins? I think that was Frankie Collins. So you got an M1 there. Brandon John Jr., you need to pick out with your defense. That was just horrible defense. He let the guy get by him and he didn't even try. We got Jones here. Goes up and goes in. Nice shot there. Okay, down 1. Okay, Jones says, hey, let me take a 3. No, I'm going to give it to my big man, Hunter Dickinson, and he's able to get it. And they're calling it an N1. So that was, I believe, a foul there. All right, we go to second half. Tied at 31 apiece. What was that? That was a good shot by Wisconsin there. I don't know what that was. It threw it high off the glass and it still went in. Oh, under Dickinson. Nice shot there, and it's in. Beautiful. Good rebound by Hunter Dickinson. Hey, I don't care how they get the points. It doesn't have to be pretty. It just needs to go in. Nice shot by Brooks there. Let's see what we got here. Oh, a good swap by Brooks there. He's going down the court, and a beautiful layup. I thought we were going to win this game and stuff. We got a lot of good transition players, but wide open there. You leave a guy wide open at the top, he's going to make you pay. You cannot do that. That is just a horrible defensive breakdown there. Brooks, good closing out on him, but just better offense. This is where they just basically get too far ahead. They call that an N1. I'm not liking that. I am not liking that at all. I don't like how some guys are on the ground there and stuff. Oh, a nice good shot by Wisconsin. So we got Caleb Houston, who's in trouble there. We'll stop. Is that Williams? That's Williams, I think. Yep, Williams, a nice shot in, and then one. Down 10 with 6 minutes to go. Let's see, who's that? Is that Kobe Buffkin? Yeah, that's good, Kobe Buffkin. Yeah. Oh, a difficult shot, but it rattled in. Hey, I said they don't have to be perfect. They just need to go in, and a little tip went in. Just Wisconsin. Now, see, I know there are different rules in all of basketball levels. I know when I used to play like rec high school basketball, if you got up to 10 points or higher, you could no longer press and stuff if you were up that high. But that's just a rule in mediocre, like, and there it is, the final score. 63-77. Basically that was that. But what I'm saying is that there are different rules to different levels of basketball. Obviously, in rec and stuff, they have different school. Those are school rules because it's like a more relaxed league and stuff. This is more like aggressive. Obviously, they're not gonna tell you that and stuff. Let's go over here though. I just want to go to this scenario right here. This is believe this is the game recap. This is the here, you know, I'm gonna bring it on right here. I mean, this is right here, and this is basically on Instagram, and this is from CBS Sports HQ here. Obviously, this is what happens. You can see that right here. I know it's a bad angle, but the Wisconsin coach is coming up to him, and Juwan's just trying to walk by and says, "I don't want anything. Get away from me." And he's basically yelling. I don't know what he said. I don't care what he said, but my point is that the Wisconsin coach is kind of getting in his face, and he's not liking it. Boom, and then he takes a swing. Now, obviously, I don't really have to talk about a lot of context there. All I wanted to talk about was that was just ridiculous on how basically the team discipline. That was terrible. You don't do that when you're a coach. You got to have better discipline. I know it's the end of the season. There's a lot of frustration boiling over with Juwan, but you got to do better as a coach and stuff. So those are my thoughts. Obviously, I mean, there are definitely different rule changes for different leagues and levels. I was just explaining some of them, but pretty much that's all I have to say. And Michigan will be playing in Rutgers tomorrow at 7. I hope they can do better and possibly win a game. But what is their record now? 14-11. I think Michigan is 14-11 left in their school. So let's see. I think they're in 8th right now. Yeah, 14-11, just not doing great. And I don't know. They have 5 games left, so they could go 19-11, but that's basically the record they had 2 years ago, and they moved to 23-5 last season. But I don't know. I don't think they're gonna do a lot of damage, and I just think that their season is over. I don't got any more to say. So until next time, guys, don't forget to stay radical. I'll see you in the next one. But we'll see what happens with the season. And yeah,